the weekly Live and Dirty at 5:30 event. I know it's been a couple weeks between me going to California and the holidays, so hopefully everybody had a really good Christmas and New Year, and it's New Year's Day, so it's 2026.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything's been going good for you guys. We've been busy here. We got lots of things going on in the shop, out of the shop, just crazy busy as always. So thank you guys for joining in. If you're new here, what we do is Live and Dirty at 5:30 is a weekly live event where you guys can ask questions. I can show you stuff I've been working on, and it just gives us a way to connect with our YouTube community. So if you're new, thanks for checking it out, and hopefully you continue to come back. And for all of our regulars, we're glad you're here.
Yeah, so want to drop us a comment, say hi, let us know you're here.
Yeah, that way we can make sure the comments are actually working.
It says welcome to live chat, so it should be there somewhere, but if someone could give me a wave or thumbs up or just let us know. Perfect. Dennis. Thanks, Dennis. You're my favorite. He's here. He's in the house. Happy, healthy New Year to all. We agree with you. Kevin says hello. So we got some people here. The chat looks to be working. So yeah, guys, let us know if you've got questions. Please tell us hi. We'll check in. Mr. Spencer said hi. TBS Machine said hi. Sylvester's Custom said hi, Mike.
Nice. Yeah, so lots of people so far. Trying to think, what big news should we talk about first? Maybe Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's big news. Some of you guys are going to be familiar with Brian. He's been on the podcast. He helped me run, I think, season 1 or season 2 of the podcast.
I think it's season 1.
Yeah, so he's been helping me. Like, I've known Brian
probably
forever. 20 years.
Yeah, a long time.
He's been helping me off and on for the past few years, and he kind of didn't like his job, so I hired him full time. So he was starting Monday. Really wasn't looking for an employee, but I am so far behind on everything from pretty much the last few months that I'm just drowning, and he was not happy where he was, and he could help me out on some stuff. So he's going to start on Monday.
Yeah, so that's super exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. Scary to have employees again. It's been a handful of years, 2018?
Yeah.
So
almost 10 years.
Yeah,
8 years.
8 years without employees again. So it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but it's exciting to help take some of the load off of me, especially with everything we've got going on. So that's pretty exciting. So I had to rewrite the schedule because this was literally, what day is today?
Today's Thursday.
So it was a Tuesday decision?
Monday, Tuesday decision? Before Christmas?
Yeah.
Before Christmas, so we gave them time for sure. We got some questions too.
Cool.
So Robert says hello from Michigan. A lot of people are saying hello, welcome back. And for them, Speed Maverick says, any tips for someone just opening a fab shop? He mainly does sheet metal, but have chassis experience in NASCAR.
There's lots of advice I could give. If you could break that down to be a little bit more specific.
Or like a topic, maybe?
Yeah, like a topic, because there's just so much. Like the biggest thing is just make sure you're being efficient with your time. Lock door policy. Don't let time wasters come in and suck all your billable hours out the door with them. Just always focus on quality, not quantity.
I think consistency too.
Consistency, yeah.
Because not just, maybe this is stuff we've noticed outsiders looking in on other people with businesses. Like if you're going to be at the shop certain times, be at the shop at certain times. Like, lock your door if you need to, but be there. Like, you can't be inconsistent, I think.
Yeah.
So
if if you have more specific questions, just ask a specific question about whatever topic, and I can try to fill in on that.
Dennis wants to know what Santa brought me. Santa brought me new socks, which is what I wanted. We got a couple more Happy New Years. And Speed Maverick, he's the one who asked about opening the fab shop. He said finding new customers.
Social media, I mean, as bad as that sounds, like don't go hunting for new customers. Just put out good quality work, post it everywhere. YouTube is free, Instagram is free, Facebook is free. So all it takes is a little bit of time, a few minutes a day. You can put stuff out and your quality will speak for itself. Like I have never done any paid advertising anywhere. It's just all word of mouth and social media. It's free, so use it up. Yep. So
caught up. You want to talk about his calendar? Schedule?
Had to lay out the schedule a little bit, and then Brian gets his own row of stuff he's going to help me on. So yeah, I've been working. This week I've been working through some things, getting some project scopes and parts lists together. Had to weld some stuff up. Garage night is tomorrow night, so the first garage night of 2026, and we are going to have a special guest. So if you're coming, you'll get to meet the special guest.
Yeah.
If not, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything's laid out for this month for Brian and I, so that's going to keep us plenty busy.
Yeah.
So any other questions at this point?
He said quality isn't a problem, so thanks, great advice. And then also, did you want to talk about your sale?
Yeah, so we have a New Year, New Gear sale, get you 10% off. Some of you guys that are on the Discord server, you're going to get a better discount than that just by being a member, so that's always an option. You can sign up as a patron and head over to the Discord channel, and that gets you, I don't know what the percentage is.
I think it's 10 or 15, depending on your level. So don't forget, if you are a Discord member, you always have a better discount probably than anything we normally run. Yeah,
so Gear 26 at checkout, get you 10% off everything. And one cool thing, since we're talking about tools, I'm gonna try to not turn my back to the camera too much.
I was gonna say minus rails and classes, right?
Yep. So been working on, here is the wedge lock, and if Jamie can zoom under there, there is the first prototype of the bench mount. So it's 6061 T3 aluminum. It's billet machined, and it's got little quick connects or quick locks. So then everything slides in and out. You can rotate it around, lock it down. It's nice and solid. Change all your tooling out. So currently we have the wedge lock kit in stock. We don't have the bench mount yet. Those are in production. This one just got dropped off, I think, Monday or Tuesday for me to start testing. So getting the material ordered, and he's writing all the programs for mass production. So
Dennis wants to know any videos on Friday night. He said shorts. So Dennis, there should be shorts now all the time, but I guess if you mean garage night shorts.
Yeah. And if that's something you guys want to see, just tell Jamie. She's here, and she could walk around and
film some shorts.
Yeah, film some shorts and talk to people, and
yeah, we could do that. That'll be fun. I also did something kind of interesting, so you guys have to let us know what you think. I found this app, and it's reposting old videos for us on some of the platforms.
Yeah.
So
you'll see stuff pop up, so it kind of cross-pollinates. It'll take stuff off Facebook and put it on YouTube, and YouTube put it on Instagram. So hopefully that drums up some of our older videos that kind of got buried and never took off, or you might not have seen if you're new to the channel.
Yeah, or like some of them too, especially like TikTok, where obviously we didn't have a TikTok forever ago, and now we do. So
yeah, so I think it's going to be like the past 4 or 5 years worth of stuff. So there's going to be lots of stuff.
So if you see weird stuff, also it is semi-intentional. I also don't really know what the order it's posting it in, but yeah. Any other questions, or let us know?
Yeah, and I know Dennis made a comment that we were going to do a video series on the Watson Indy Car buck. So here is the fender and the buck. We just literally 20 minutes ago finished editing episode 1 of this series. So it's about a 30-minute video on starting the buck, and then there'll be a second buck video where we finish it up. And then probably episode 3, I recorded today, where we started paper patterning one side of it. So that'll be the 3rd episode. Episode 4, we'll get into laying out, shaping, and we'll build the whole fender throughout the series. Yeah. So hopefully we're going to get back on schedule with putting out long format content. That had just been hard since September with as much traveling as I had done. And when I was here, it was pretty much full throttle, just trying to get as much stuff done as I could before I had to leave again. Yeah. So it was a real struggle the past few months to get long format out, but we're gonna work hard on that in the new year, I think.
Yeah. And I thought it'd be kind of cool. Like, I know we don't really do resolutions, but maybe like some goals we want to do for this year. If we want to talk about that, maybe. Yeah, and you guys should have also, like, today's just a busy day. Yeah,
it's the first
we've got a lot of good stuff done today, I think.
Yeah, you should have got your January newsletter in your email, and that talks about some of our social media goals and YouTube goals and a lot of stuff going on in the shop. So I would chime in on that, but Jamie actually wrote this one, so I don't know everything that was in there.
Yeah, so give me some feedback if you don't like it. Or If you also have, we didn't have anybody send anything for readers' rides, so if you guys want to, spam us with your rides and we will.
Yeah, rides, projects, anything going on that you want to share with everybody.
Yeah.
Because I think right now we have about 1,100 email subscribers. So if you want to show 1,100 people something you're working on, just
if you're
send
proud
over
of it.
Send over some pictures and a paragraph or two, just a brief description of what it is and why you're doing it.
Yeah.
And we'll throw it in the
Be
newsletter.
Robert wants to know, how did your business start? Skills learned from family or self-taught?
I am self-taught. So my dad, when I was old enough to really do anything, he was a baker at a grocery store. Couldn't weld, couldn't fabricate. So I just took a shop class in my freshman and junior year of high school, and then I went to trade school for welding and machining, and the rest I'm all self-taught on.
Yeah.
I opened the shop when I was 20 years old, so I graduated late at 19, and a year later I opened the shop full time.
Yeah, you did some time at some body shops and...
Don't say did time, it sounds like I was in prison.
Yeah.
Like when money was tight and like I couldn't make ends meet on my own, I'd help a buddy out at a body shop to make extra cash.
Yeah. You had some apprenticeships too.
Yeah, I did some apprenticeships, but it was more heavy industrial welding and fabricating.
Yeah.
Not really. There were no metal shaping shops around this area for me to apprentice at or learn. Mainly at social media, YouTube, asking questions, and
forums
and magazines, and just figured it out and turned into what it is today.
Yeah, trial and error.
Lots of trial and error.
Lots of error.
Lots of error.
But I think
that makes you a better craftsman when you learn from your mistakes and learn how to not make that mistake again. It helps you later on when you find yourself going down that road of that mistake again. It knows you know how to work your way back out.
Yeah, I think that's also a good life experience. Greasy Spot Garage said hello.
Yeah.
What else was I going to say about that? Oh, and sometimes I think back to life advice. I feel like a lot of this turns into life advice, but you figure out too, like, what you don't like out of work.
Yeah.
And you can do something different then too.
Yeah.
Michael Anderson's here. He says, Happy New Year 2026. Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy New Year to you too.
Yeah, and now that, like I said, things are slowing down with my travel, we're going to get back on the podcast. So we're going to have an episode in January. So if you want to get back in on the podcast, that is through our Patreon and just behind the paywall. And then that gets you access to the Discord server.
Yeah. Yeah, and we actually were just chatting the Discord server a little bit ago.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and California was good. I left here, it was -2 degrees and 8 inches of snow. Flew to sunny California and it was 70 and blue skies. Worked out there at Mackey's Hot Rods for a week on Larry Watson's original 1957 Cadillac Brougham that he found in Tennessee. So I was helping him do some metal work on the doors.
Oh, awesome. Sylvester's Custom said he bought the whole setup from you when he came out to your class. Already been putting it to use and it works great. He'll be buying the holder as well. Awesome, thank you. Yeah. Speed Maverick says just released a beta version of an app that tracks projects, parts, and has a marketplace, and it's a great tool to organize car life. Sweet.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And Sylvester's Customs was talking about the Wedge lock. He did a private class out here. It's been a couple months ago.
November?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was right
when we got back from Australia.
Yeah. How's it January? Greasy Spot Garage said, one of the top Ohio shops right here, guys. This will teach you a lot if you listen. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Sylvester said also, out of curiosity, what are your thoughts on making it 2 pieces so we can hold the planishing hammer hoops?
I've thought about that. The problem is I feel that it would be a little clunky. I would almost rather sell it in 1 piece. You mount it where you want, and then you run it through a bandsaw and cut it in half. Like that way you don't mount it too tight or anything like that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because if it'll work, you would just have to cut it yourself. I don't know, we'll see. Because I'm gonna have to buy a 12-foot bar of the material, and I think that will get us 40 of the holders, and I don't know if I would ever sell 40. So that might be something I just do some testing on, and maybe I could put one in the horizontal mill and cut it in half and go from there.
Yeah, awesome.
It's always something you could do. Just buy it yourself and cut it through a bandsaw, and then it's in 2 halves.
Yeah, for sure. Gabe is here. He said Happy New Year to us. Thank you, Gabe. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Gabe. And I'm going to post a post that Gabe will like, and I think the Discord later, about our special guest that will be at
for
tomorrow.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I think he'll like that.
Yeah.
Someone, MCSS, said, looking forward to the podcast coming back. For those of you who haven't listened, they are great to listen to. Thank you. Dennis said, well worth the hard work and the mess up. And he loves your work. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
KS Bigwig said, how's the 3D printing going?
It's going pretty good. Again, I've been traveling so much, it's been hard to do videos. So I've got some of it in the office. I think we talked about when I 3D printed the press brake tooling. So I used that one. It turned out really well. And then I just printed this one the other day. For when I bend up the slappers and anything with a 90 degree, I just printed this up with integrated magnets. Then now I've got a 90 degree square.
So I have a dumb question. This is me asking the dumb question, so don't judge people. Do you put the magnets like on the thing, or do you still have the whole? Okay.
Yeah, I have the little
like
pocket.
The pocket, yeah.
And I press them in after.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not doing a ton of crazy stuff, but tools, tool holders, fixtures, that kind of stuff, it's been really beneficial. And just being able to prototype pieces, that's a couple bucks in plastic before we make it in metal.
Yeah.
So with the wedge lock bench mount, that was really nice that I could design it and prototype it and give that to the machinist.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Scott Campbell said, I first heard of you when you sponsored the Road Rocket Rumble in Indy.
Yeah, that's been a long time ago.
I was wondering, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
because the name sounded familiar, and I'm like,
yeah, that was a lifetime ago. Because I think the Rumble's been gone 9 years.
Something like that. It's been
long.
a minute. Yeah, if anyone here has been to the Rumble, you should tell people how cool it was. It was a show at a hotel, which of course then made it
get a little
rowdy.
Yeah.
Michael Anderson said, love your shorts on polishing the hammers and dollies. A lot of guys don't have die chem, so extra large Sharpie will do.
Yep. You can do that. You can do like guide coat. You could even use spray paint in a pinch. Any of that stuff works.
Oh, this is cool. Speed Maverick said, my high school shop teacher was a retired shop foreman for the, I'm not going to pronounce this right, Harris Restoration Museum. He gave me a nice foundation of skills to use.
Nice.
That was back in the 70s. That is pretty
very
cool,
nice.
Though. Yeah, MCSS said, a 3D printing hack is that McMaster Car has engineered drawings of most of their parts. A lot of people will 3D print a prototype off the parts before ordering a part.
Yeah. Because we've done that before, like with what little bit of 3D work I've done. I've imported the drawing or the 3D model to make sure it would actually work in the drawing itself.
Yeah.
But I haven't been printing parts off of McMaster.
Yeah, we order a lot of stuff.
A lot of junk from McMaster.
McMaster.
Yeah. So some cool things. I wish I would have laid more of them out. When I was out in California a couple weeks ago, I stopped at my buddy Kiwi Steve's. So I've been working on, he always gives me stuff that he's just going to throw away, and we can't have that. So I've been working on framing some of it. So this is a really cool one. So the 15th annual Bonneville Nationals. While Jamie pans around that, I'll grab some of the other cool things. I ordered picture frames today, which Jamie loves when I order a bunch of picture frames.
Oh my gosh, because he ends up spending like $200 on picture frames, and I'm like, hey. Also, picture frames are expensive, apparently. But this is pretty cool. Oh, you can't see me in the reflection. And then if you want to zoom up on anything, I'll do my best. And Mike's bringing some more stuff out.
All of my treasures.
It might take me a minute too. I'm using a little gimbal thing. So it's your favorite thing.
Yeah, paper.
Someone asked if you're familiar with Mark Kinnison in Dayton.
The name sounds familiar. Yeah, just the name sounds familiar. I don't know a whole lot of people. So that's the.
What are you showing me?
So, just going to show you some of the cool handouts that he gave me that he was just going to throw away. So the Lear Vapordyne. And then this was really cool. So a deed to 1 square foot of the Bonneville Salt Flats. It's It's kind of like if you buy a star, is it really real? But I've always wanted one of these, so it was really cool, especially that it's not filled out. And he gave me some cutaway drawings. So there's a Ferrari 330 P4, one of my favorites.
Gabe said that's a cool piece of history. Old pics of Bonneville are wicked cool, for sure.
Yeah, and this one's super cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, so the Formula A Eagle, which is super cool.
You move your arm? There we go.
Yeah, just the drawings and the artwork and stuff is amazing.
How close I can get.
Yeah, I think it's legible.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Okay, next one.
And then 24th annual Bonneville with the redhead, which is one of my favorite land speed cars. So he's got a stack of different years. I couldn't bring them all home with me, but next time I go out there, he's gonna give them to me.
Sylvester's Customs said, great idea, he'll take 2. So the wedge mount locks.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Speed Maverick said some great history for sure. Agreed.
yep. And then the 1987 with the Thunderbird. And
MCSS said, oh, sorry, and also this gimbal's driving me nuts. So Steve was gonna throw all this away, but you have to remember for him, like, he is saturated.
yeah, he's got boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes, and he's just trying to clean stuff out. So then we have the Chaparral cutaway. And then, of course, we got the GT40.
Of course you had to have the
Oh, yeah. And I think that's all of these.
Cool.
Yeah. And then, like, he gave me, like, the shirt's in my bag.
Oh, yeah.
It's an SCTA official shirt that's all hand-stitched.
Like embroidered.
Yeah, embroidered. So that's super
Yeah.
cool. A stack of old SCTA water slides, probably from the 60s. Just, he had so much
buckle.
memorabilia. What?
A belt buckle.
A belt buckle that they don't make anymore that says SCTA. I mean, just so much cool stuff. So I just eat all that up since we don't get that around here. You know,
Yeah.
There's so much of it in California because that's where the SCTA is. And I feel very fortunate to get a lot of the stuff. Just because, I mean, you can see, I love stuff.
Yeah, well, we're at the point in life too where if someone sees something, they just call Mike and see if he wants it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I started, I only had one picture frame that this would fit in. So I've still got one more to go.
Oh, yeah.
But got our Sydney signed flyer. Like I said, I've got another one. So all the students that took the class in Sydney, I made sure that they signed one of the posters so I could hang them up. And if the frames show up tomorrow, I'll get both of these hung up. I've already got spots picked out for a lot of this stuff.
Good. Michael Anderson said that stuff needs to be framed and on display, or even a large backing board covered with a piece of clear perspex. I'm guessing like plastic over them on a spare wall for sure. Speed Maverick said we used to do a lot of traces of magazine and publications like those in drafting class in high school. They were so much fun to do. Oh, I can imagine. That'd be fun homework.
Yeah. So I'm ate up with paper. I mean, I've got shelves and boxes full of hand-done artwork and renderings and just stuff I've acquired. So I'm just running out of wall space.
Yeah, I do think we do try to do a pretty good job of like making sure it's like up on the walls and displayed and not just in boxes.
Yeah, and like some of the stuff we've shown before, like instead of using plastic or perspex, I'll just get sheets of glass. So like all of this stuff, you know, the original artwork is underneath, and then I just lay glass on it. So it's easier to clean and it doesn't scratch like plastic or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't run into that.
I know, I'm going to run into something, I think.
Yeah, so that's just exciting little stuff that I've been trying to work on, a few minutes here, a few minutes there. So what other questions you guys have, not about my hoarding problem? But
it's definitely brighter out here.
It's definitely a lot brighter. Yeah, so this week's big project has been the buck, and like I said, we're ready to start shaping on it. Tomorrow's Friday, so hopefully tomorrow or no, tomorrow is small project day. So I'm trying to get back on track with how my normal schedule is. Like a lot of people want to know what a day in the life in the shop is. So I try to get here in between 7 and 7:15. I work on emails, frame drawings, and shipping stuff out till about 9. Then I work on customer stuff until about 4, and then I bend frame rails from 4 to 5. Then usually 5 o'clock on is on my own stuff. And then Fridays are dedicated to small projects. So I get a lot of guys that drop something off like, hey, can you make this air cleaner? Can you weld these pieces up? Little stuff like that. So I try to dedicate Friday to just small projects so it's not always long-term big projects. I feel better if I get a little bit of small throughput.
Yeah, and I think it's easier because you're not like trying to squeeze it in between stuff, and you have a dedicated time to like, I'm going to knock out these, I'm going to spend 8 hours on these 3 4-hour projects or whatever.
Yeah, and if it ends up not having any Friday projects, then I just work on what was normally scheduled.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to block Fridays back out for that and get back into the swing of how things were before 2025 got hectic.
Yeah, for sure. So we got some comments. Scott said, Mark Kinnison is very accomplished like yourself. He's been metalworking for probably 30 years. Last he knew he was employed by a Coachworks in Dayton. So cool. Gabe said, speaking of Speed Week, how are the race cars looking? Lime and the Red Roadster, both going to run Assault this year? Question.
Hopefully, but I haven't had time to do much of anything. So that was the other thing. I think I showed you guys the taillight. That was about all I've gotten done on the MGA. Aaron came down and started tearing the engine down before I went to California on the Red Roadster.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll come back and work on that. Tom Stewart's going to hopefully come out in a couple weeks and help get a jump on getting the MGA prepped for El Mirage in May.
Yeah. Cool. Dennis said, is that a plain nose behind Mike? I'm not sure when, but...
if it was in the office, it is a it's a plastic. I don't know which. I don't know. It's not Lexan, but it's a canopy for an airplane. There's a place up in Dayton that makes those, and it was a second, so they brought it down.
I think he said on his left now, so I'm guessing.
On my left now. So no, this is fiberglass A.J. Watson Indy Car nose and tail, and that is for the Nofke chassis, which is here. So we're waiting on the engine and transmission to come in for that, and we can get rolling on getting that one back out on the track this year.
Yeah. Michael said on the Buck, how do you go about fine-tuning that to suit the OG fender?
So comparing it to the fender itself is kind of a hard thing. And if you watch the long format video, like ideally, if you have a fender, you want to be able to put it on the Buck. That way we can ensure that it fits. But the problem is this one has been damaged. It's kind of bent this way, and it shouldn't be. And then the back end here is bent up, and the front end is bent in, so it's kind of funky shaped. So I can't really put it on the Buck without pushing on the Buck really hard, and there's a chance that it could damage it. And like you can see the edges and stuff, some are bent out, some are bent in. So all I can do without fixing the fender to make it fit the Buck is we can check the center spline with an adjustable radius gauge, and then we can check it in spots. Like when I made the horizontal stations, we checked it in a handful of spots and made sure that it was what we needed it to be. And it should be symmetrical, left to right, based off the center, and the same radius throughout. So this fender's pretty easy with doing that. Like when we did the Mack truck, it was a lot more critical layout of this station has to be in this spot. So we would lay out all of our measurements on the old fender and the Buck and make sure they corresponded.
Cool.
And all of that will be in the long format video coming out of how we determined that.
Yeah, awesome. MCSS said, are you familiar with the 3M deburring wheels that mount on bench grinders? If so, are you aware of one that's more affordable for a guy at home?
I'm not sure what the wheel is.
Yeah, it just says deburring wheels. So
yeah.
Okay. So I guess you're not familiar.
Well, I mean, there's one, I forget what it's called, and some guy gave me crap because he was saying he preps his hammers and dollies with it, and I'm like, well, it's a buffing wheel. And he's like, no, it's not a buffing wheel. It's some kind of weird composite. It's a little bit of an abrasive, a little bit of a polish, and it's hard. I think that's what he's talking about. I don't have one here. Usually I just use it is a red Scotch-Brite belt for my belt grinder if I need to do something like that. Yeah, so I just
belts.
Yeah, so I just run a lot of red Scotch-Brite belts on the belt grinder.
Ta-da. Tom is here, and Tom said planning on MGA time soon.
Yep, good.
So good. Yeah, Tom is also lucky in that his wife is a airline attendant, so
he can come out and hang out.
Yeah, he gets free flights, which that's awesome.
Yeah. Step away from the furnace.
The furnace is kind of loud. Michael Anderson said thanks. Yeah, anybody else got questions?
Yeah.
Anything you want to see?
Yeah, anything you want to see, questions. Like I said, we've got a lot of stuff done, but also not a lot of stuff done in comparison.
Yeah.
I've got another batch of shrinking discs coming in. We're going to have to start stamping, so that'll be hopefully tomorrow they'll come in, and I can put Brian on that Monday. We've got frame rails that I've got bent. We just got to finish cleaning up, and some press brake parts we need to do. And yeah, hopefully next week we'll be rocking and rolling and getting back in the swing of things.
Yeah, Dennis wants to know if you ended up making any more Mac fenders for that customer.
Nope, not yet. Just the first set, and the bucks are hanging on the wall, back where I just back where I just was. In case he gives me the call and says, "Hey, I need some more fenders." So
I zoomed
none
in.
yet.
You'd be impressed. I zoomed.
Yep. Yep. And don't forget, I've already said it once, but tomorrow is garage night.
Yeah.
So if you want to come out to garage night, we'll be here from 5 to 8 p.m.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tom said he's also retired now, too. So that means his schedule is free and clear for Ohio trips.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
That's something else I kind of want to talk about, and maybe Tom can give us some advice. We are halfway considering going to Moon Eyes.
In Japan?
In Japan. I guess it's this year then.
Yeah, November.
This year. Yeah, December, I think.
Yeah, December.
Yeah. So, because we were definitely jealous because Tom was there, and we had other friends there too. And we were like, ugh, or felt like we were missing out. So. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, going to do that.
Yeah. Michael Anderson said, "How is the snow there at the moment?" So
we have no snow here. It all melted, luckily.
Did it snow before you got? No. Yeah, it snowed when you left.
It snowed when I left, and then it melted, and then it snowed again after I got home, and then it melted.
Yeah. And we had ice this morning.
Yeah, we had ice this morning.
Yeah, poor puppies were sliding.
Yeah.
Robert said, "Can you talk about planishing hammers and why such a variance in prices? What makes one better than others?" Good question.
Yeah. So there's a lot that goes into it, and pricing is kind of all over the place. Whether that's for a vintage machine, which is usually more expensive than a brand new machine. For me, the top of the line is a Milwaukee or a good Milwaukee clone. So like Tin Man Garage, Brian makes a really nice replica of the Milwaukee. And I think this is the best air planisher out there. So what makes them so expensive is the style of air motor. So the Milwaukee, and we're talking in comparison to planishing hammers, like when I'm talking about hit. It has a medium hit, but it's very rapid. My other, like my Bailey planisher, it has a much harder hit and a slower beats per minute. So the good thing with the Milwaukee is you can turn the air pressure down, the beats per minute stays the same, but how hard it's going to hit is what changes. On some of the other ones that are like air chisel or air hammer based, you turn the air pressure down, you're losing the power and the beats per minute. And that's really kind of what you're after. You don't want it to hit so hard that you're overstretching the material. You want it to hit just hard enough to planish the surface, but you still want that really high beats per minute so you know that you're getting everything smooth. You're not going to get kind of a sporadic pattern. And that's really what it is what you're paying for is the design of the air motor, how well it hits, and how adjustable it is in the airspeed. Somebody like Brian that designs and manufactures air hammers can probably give you a lot better information on that of why things are so expensive. But you look at his, like this is an original Milwaukee, but I think just he's got a kit that's the air motor and the hoop and a starter kit. I think it's like $4,000 or $5,000, which sounds like a lot of money, but when you have this cast, this made out of 4140, this cast, the internals machined and hardened and then heat treated and polished and assembled, and then a die set which you have to design, machine, heat treat and polish, make the hoops. There's a lot of labor and upfront costs that come up with that. So I don't think that stuff's too out of line, but it's hard to get anything that's that precision when it's cheap. I don't know if that's really answering your question or not, or if I'm just kind of rambling on. But that's what I've noticed is usually the higher priced ones have a lot more engineering and kind of fit and finish, so they work a lot better.
Hopefully better quality. And
yeah,
will last you longer.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's awesome. We'll see if Robert has any other questions. Tom said Moon Eyes was great and lots of fun. Wow, looked like it.
Yeah.
Not bitter at all. MCSS said unfortunately he'll not be at garage night, but certainly appreciate the invitation, of course.
Yeah, and with the garage night, keep in mind that's every first Friday of the month that I'm in town. So we try, like we'll have January, February, March, April, probably not May, June, July, September, and yeah. So the majority of this year we're going to be having garage night unless something crazy comes up.
Yeah, hopefully, for sure. I don't quite understand this one, but someone said the ice we have don't let you slide. Donkey said, Happy New Year, Mike and Jamie. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Gabe said he has a sale on them around Christmas time. If you can wait, look around then. Oh,
Brian at Tin Man?
Yeah.
Brian usually does like a Black Friday sale, and like I think he does a few sales throughout the year. So always keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
His stuff's great. Like I said, this is an original Milwaukee, but I use a lot of his hoops and tooling. So big supporter of Brian and what he's got going up there.
Yeah, awesome. Greasy Moto, late to the party. Happy New Year. Thanks for coming.
Yep, and Gabe and Greasy Moto, and I think there's a couple other people. They are on the Discord server, so if you join over there, you can talk directly with them and with me and Mrs. Cornfield, and just have a fun old time.
Yeah. Robert said, thanks, that all makes sense, so good.
And it's one of those things like, it sounds good in theory, but then when you run one firsthand, like I've got a few of them here, so you can run each one and you can feel the difference. And then we could lay out the price point and you can feel why one costs more than the other, and you can see the result firsthand.
Yeah, you could always take a class.
Yep. Yeah, you can take a class Brian has classes, I have classes. There's so many classes, and everybody's going to have a different machine, and you can try different styles.
Yeah, for sure. 66M10 said, any advice on starting out in terms of mindset regarding your own work?
I don't really even know.
I guess what you're talking about before, like with like advertising and just making sure you put out quality work.
Yeah, and like as far as like, it depends on what you mean, like mindset, like your own mental health, like keeping that organized
true.
Is a lot different than just going into business. And right now business is just tough, just because the way of the world, and especially like putting stuff on social media. Like I told, I don't remember the commenter's name, but with putting stuff out on Facebook and Instagram, because it's free advertising, you also have to be mentally prepared for just the kickback of that, because there's a lot of nasty people out there. So you have to make sure to take their hatred and spin it into something positive and get a good laugh out of it.
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt, for sure.
Yeah.
Paul Ellis said hi. Michael Anderson said Carl from Make It Custom also has a decent hammer for Canadian and U.S. guys. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Love Carl over here.
Yeah, and I just don't, I haven't used his, so I don't know what kind of air motor it is. Because, we'll go this way. I've got a Bailey one that's made out of, it has it's more of like an air chisel type, so it doesn't have like the handle on it, but the internals are the same. And this one I just find hits too hard. It usually overworks the metal, and then like I said, if I turn the air pressure down, we lose the beats per minute, and it's not as efficient.
Yeah, do they take those to the classes too at Bailey?
Yes.
Okay. Because that's, I mean, if I know I think maybe somebody in here is taking the class with Bailey. It's like, the way I look at it is not a sleazy, a condo sales, but not as sleazy, I guess. Because then you get the hands-on experience of trying the machine.
Yeah, you get to come in, try all the machines, work with people, and figure out what style you like. If you're a wheel guy or a hammer guy, and it's a good way to try out a lot of machinery without actually having to buy it.
Right, and then make a decision from there, I think. Yeah. Outshine Copper, hello. He said he's tuning in late, wishing you guys a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy New Year to you, too. It's always good to be here for another year, I guess, right? It's good to see another one come around.
Yeah, and we are working on the 5-inch serrated style shrinking disc, so it'll be the Hot Shot Mini. It'll be 5-inch. The machinist, I think he got the material yesterday or today, I can't remember. So he should have that, and in the next couple weeks we'll be stamping those discs. He's also working on our CP style planishing hammer holders that convert CP planishing tooling, like this, into dollies. So it's just a handheld piece that the planishing tooling drops into. So he's working on getting all of those back in stock. So yeah, lots of new products coming in hopefully the new year as well.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that stuff.
Oh yeah, and we talked about, I think, right on our last live, but all your tooling, your 3D printed tooling holders and stuff now too that you've got. Yeah, I put that in the newsletter.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, and if you guys are late to the show and you got a newsletter, that was all Jamie. So any complaints can go straight to her instead of me.
Yeah, file them straight to me.
Yeah.
Michael Anderson says only 61 people watching, only 6 likes. Come on, people. Thank you, Michael.
Thank
Appreciate the support. Thanks, Gabe. Gabe said he agrees. So,
yeah,
hit the like button. Give us some comments. Let us know what you guys are up to today or what are you working on.
Yeah, and there's going to be a little bit of an overhaul on the YouTube channel as a whole, I think. We were talking about it a little bit ago. While I was in California, I had a couple messages from new people that started following the channel, and this is stuff that I didn't even realize was an issue. They were looking for videos that have come up missing. They used to be in certain playlists, and now those playlists have changed, and the videos are all moved around. So we're going to kind of overhaul some stuff and not regress, but we're going to put stuff back to kind of how it used to be. Make sure that the playlists are more organized and they actually have names that correspond with what's going on in there, and kind of change the thumbnails and make sure everything's kind of fluid and fits together, especially in each playlist. That way not every thumbnail is completely different, the language is different. We want to make this more cohesive, and it was just something I had no idea about that had got messed up. And like today I went through and we started putting some of our new videos into a revised playlist.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if you guys have been struggling finding videos on the channel, hopefully it'll get a little bit better. And if you see something that's messed up and say, hey, isn't this supposed to be in this playlist? Let me know, because we have 625 videos.
And we've been on YouTube for a long time.
So it's going to be a slow process, but we're going to try to get everything reorganized and a little bit better. So if you can help us out, that'd be great.
Yeah, we've got some questions. Scott said, could you please explain the difference between shape and form?
So shape is any time you are changing the material thickness or the surface area.
Do you want to use something to show?
No.
Or no? Okay.
No, it'll muddy the water.
Okay.
So, and form is just bending. So if I take a piece of sheet metal and bend it over my leg, we're not changing the surface area or the material thickness. We're just changing the form. So form is just straight bending. You can easily do it and easily undo it. Shape, you are taking the grains and compressing them together or pulling them apart. So you're going to either gain or lose surface area or gain or lose material thickness. So shape is always surface area and thickness change. Form is just straight bending. And then they work hand in hand, and that's where it kind of gets muddy.
Yeah, for sure. Robert said he's come to appreciate your aim small, miss small mindset. It really helps with his process of learning this craft. Awesome. That's the whole point.
Exactly. No gatekeeping here.
Yeah, for sure. Matt said, don't forget to like. Thank you.
Yeah,
Don't
thank
be
you.
shy. Outshine Copper said, any words of advice for when you're shrinking an edge of a panel using thumbnail shrinking dies to know when you shrunk the correct amount before getting into smoothing things out?
Check it with a radius gauge. So first, make sure that your form is in proper arrangement, so you're not chasing the wrong direction. And even if it's lumpy and bumpy, so let's just say that it needs to be a 5-inch radius is what you've checked on your buck. And you've got the panel shrunk over. My hand is lumpy and bumpy. So here, we've overshrank. It's closer to 1 7/8 inches. So then you would know, even though it's lumpy and bumpy, hopefully Jamie can see through there, that there's light around my fingers, but we know it's approximately right.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it, is I check what it is. I think this one's a 2-inch radius, if I can remember right. So I check it, 2-inch radius. So then when I'm shrinking it, it's all rough and bumpy. I check it, and if it's a 4, we continue to shrink. If we're at a 2, it's pretty close. If we're under, we stop, and we're gonna have to stretch that back out. So I just check everything with gauges. If you don't have a nice set of radius gauges, or it's something funky that isn't common, you just make a cardboard template of the radius you're after, and you just check it as you go. So that'd get you in the ballpark. You still might have to do some fine tuning, but it's always good to have something solid you can check and compare to.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, Paul Thomas said, hi guys, off subject, but is the Ox planishing hammer worth it? And he knows you have one.
Yes and no. So it depends on what you're doing. It's not the end-all be-all solution. It takes a fair amount of work, because on a planishing hammer, you have a metal hoop. With the Ox, you're holding a dolly and you're squeezing, so your body becomes the planishing hoop. So it is exhausting. But if you're, like when I did the Mack truck fenders, they were so large, I couldn't hold them into a planishing hammer or a power hammer. And the Ox worked really well for that. So it is when you need it, it's not when you don't. I mean, I have 2 of them. I have the large for steel and the small one for aluminum.
So it's like anything, it depends on the application, I guess?
It depends on the application. When you need it, you're gonna wish you had it, and then it's worth it. So you just, it sucks, they're expensive. You gotta bite the bullet, but it is handy. And I think it's a really good product. So take that as you will. If you've got a desired project that you could use it on, absolutely. If you're gonna buy it and hope someday you might need it, maybe not.
Usually how you roll, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't buy it if you think you're gonna use it. You buy it usually if you know for certain you've got something coming.
Yeah, I've got something right now, or there's a project a month down the road and it's on sale.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna buy something right now and say, okay, hopefully in the next few years a job comes in. Like it has to make money.
Yeah.
Or make my life easier.
Yeah, Paul said that was great. Ken Nolan said, keep up the good work. He'll keep learning from it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Matt said metal sheet forming is brilliant. Thank you. Let me see. Scott also said thank you. Matt said he made a half-car camping trailer from a Ford Fiesta he cut in half and then made a front panel for it.
Nice.
Cool. Thomas said it would be awesome to have Peter Tomasini come to the U.S. and have both of you together for classes and seminars. Thanks for all the videos. Yeah. Beautiful work.
That would be cool. I really liked hanging out with Peter when I was over in Sydney.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could get him to take a 15-hour flight over here. Like we talked about like how I'd love to have him out, and he's just like, oh, I don't know, I'm retired and old. I don't want to go anywhere. So if you guys know Peter Tomasini or feel like hitting him up on YouTube,
Subtly.
Yeah, just comment on all this stuff that he needs to come over here. A little bit of peer pressure would go a long way with Pete.
Yeah. And the flights really weren't that bad.
No, I mean...
They weren't great, but they weren't like...
20 hours on a plane was a bit rough.
Yeah, I mean, it's like being
doable.
on a school bus, or like a bus for a...
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of how I looked at it.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Matt wants to know, have you heard of Berserker's Garage? I'm guessing is what that
I
is.
have not.
No.
Yeah.
Michael said Peter used to do a lot of videos a few years back, seems to have stopped.
Yeah, he's just because he retired and he likes to play video games, which kind of surprised me.
That is kind of interesting.
Yeah, so he's just slowed down.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, he's just slowed down since he's not working as much, and he likes to watch videos and comment and be interactive, but I don't think he likes making them as much as he was.
Yeah. Can get that. Matt said Berserker Garage. Yeah. I think that's right.
Yeah, the problem is I don't get to watch a lot of YouTube stuff. It's hard for me to sit still, and I'm not home a lot to watch videos.
All these things are shocking to me. Just kidding. Well, that's what I was going to say about the video games. I'm like, I'm surprised he can sit still that, because you cannot, like, even
I can't
if
sit still.
you couldn't handle sitting still that long.
No.
Yeah.
And that's why the plane ride sucked.
Yeah, for you. Matt said he's making a Beetle wide body.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Oh, Michael said vastly different from Ron Cavell. Ron still pumps stuff out.
Yep. Yeah, and even Ron, like, I think the last time I talked to Ron was 6 or 7 months ago. And, same thing, like, I've tried to get him to come out here, and he doesn't like to travel as much since he's semi-retired. But he still likes to do some video output as long as he can be at home.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah. Donkey said, what's the car to Mike's left? So I'm not sure.
My left?
Yes, your left. Oh, just kidding. Yeah, so you're pointing to 2.
Yeah, so this car is a 51 Ford convertible, and I'm putting C6 Corvette taillights in, so making new quarters. There's been some videos on it. I've got the passenger side is almost ready to go on, and getting the driver's side tuned and matched to the passenger side. And then we have the 67 Mustang convertible that's going to be pretty much a brand new car.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Rico's Rides. Hey.
Hey, welcome.
He said it's been ages since he's been able to come to a live, so thank you.
Yeah, it's been ages since I've been able to actually be consistent with him, because I'm
he's
always everywhere.
Glad you're still rocking. I still watch all your content. Grateful to have your channel to learn from. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Michael said Ron did a really cool welding cart video about a month or so ago.
Oh, nice.
So cool.
Yeah, Ron's a great guy.
Yeah. Donkey said it's a Ford. Could tell from the angle. LOL.
Yeah.
Dennis said, "What's for dinner?" Oh, he made hot pork sandwiches on rolls. Always pork for January 1st. I do have pork chops. Those pork chops we had the other day. I bought them again.
Yeah. Or Dennis can just bring us. That sounds good. Come on over, Dennis.
Come on over. And we had this conversation too with our friends from the East Coast about calling it a roll or a bun.
Yeah.
And where were we? I think I bought some hoagie buns at Kroger, and it said roll on it, and I was like, dang it.
Yeah.
It goes against my roll theory, or my bun theory.
Yeah.
That was funny. Oh, he said it's a 10-hour drive. That's not too bad.
That's all right. Yeah. Just don't put them on the roll yet. We can do that when we get here.
Yeah,
that way they
true.
don't get
soggy. Yeah. I guess you're assuming, well, now I want to know if it's like pulled pork or if it's like pork chop.
I don't know. I'm guessing shredded pork.
You think it's shredded?
Yeah. Shredded or sliced.
Yeah. We're close enough to the south-ish that people would like to do black eyed peas and collard greens and stuff like that on January 1st, for sure.
Yeah.
Donkey wants to know, is the hardtop to Mike's right the same year?
The hardtop is a 49. And it was actually a post car that we're converting into a hardtop. And then next to that is the 1940 Cadillac LaSalle.
Oh, yay. Brett said, Happy New Year from Victoria, Australia. Love the informative videos. Bummed we didn't get to go like further out in Australia in a way, but at the same time, like...
Yeah. Next time.
Next time. We just did not have... I feel like we did a lot, but also didn't have a lot of time either.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a beautiful country, honestly.
It is. I'm excited to come back. Hopefully in 2027, we'll be doing a round of classes at Heron Forbes.
Well, yeah, we'll find out.
So if any of you guys are in contact with Rick or any of the guys at Heron Forbes, same thing.
Poke them.
Yeah. Put a little pressure on them. Say, we'd love to have Mike back out, and we can make that happen for next year.
Yeah. Brad said, Greasy Moto said, I have got to have black eyed peas on New Year's. Agreed. Yeah. Matt said he's nowhere near as good as you are. Donkey said, can we have a closer look? So I guess the 49?
Yeah. I am going to give you guys a little bit of homework while we walk that way. If any of you guys can share any of our long format videos on your social media platforms, it would be greatly appreciated, just so it's not me constantly spamming everybody with, hey, make sure to check out my video. So any help you guys can do is greatly appreciated. Just share any of the content to help this channel grow.
Yeah, or any of your car friends.
Yeah, let's see, we'll scoot that.
Oh, wow, we got a bunch of questions. Thomas wants to know, what's your hourly rate for your shop? Do you prefer hourly billing for short-term builds or set price?
The shop rate is $120 an hour, period. It doesn't matter if it's short-term, long-term, doing research, metal shaping, welding. Everything is 120 bucks an hour other than frame rail bending, because we know how long it's going to take, and I've got that integrated into my bending software, so I can quote those jobs. But everything else that is labor-based is 120 bucks an hour, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 49, it's been here a while. Again, just struggling to get going on projects because I'm just overloaded. But it was chop channeled and sectioned in a previous life, and we're going through and trying to fix some of the metalwork. And like I said, it was a post car, and they had welded the door tops in, and it wasn't the greatest. So we cut all of that stuff out, made all new inner structure. If you want to come to this side. Yeah, come to this side. Yeah, so I made all new inner structure to convert it into a hardtop. So all of this stuff was made here, and then I've got roof sections, which I can grab one. So then making all new roof sections to take out, like you can kind of see here, just where it was typical, cut it, piece it together, MIG weld it, and hide it under body filler. So then there's the new roof rail. It's a little dusty from sitting by the tumbler, but new A-post cap, all of that stuff was made here. And then there is the roof on the other side. So I need to get all the inner structure stuff finished so I can put the outer skins back on and then kind of button up where we are and then reassess how much farther we're gonna go. Because this is like everything. It could be a can of worms. And like there's the new sail panel for this side.
They're all cans of worms.
Yeah, everyone ends up being a lot more work than we originally think. And that's why I do everything by the hour, because we don't know how much we're getting into.
Yeah, we got a bunch of questions, so.
All right. Let's face this way, the light's better.
Okay.
And I can sit on the table.
Ah, well, I'm glad
I'm tired of standing.
You can sit down.
Yeah, at least this way I can lean up against something before I fall over.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Outshine Copper said, any tips for taking out dings and bends in stainless trim? Would it mainly be hammer and dolly type work, and would a shrinking disc work for any stretching in the stainless?
It's all going to be hammer and dolly work. I wouldn't touch it with the shrinking disc. And as far as straightening stainless trim, I would find somebody that specializes in straightening stainless trim and send it to them. I absolutely hate doing stainless trim repair.
You did that stuff.
No, I hate it. It is so tedious. I don't even want to mess with it.
Yeah. Michael said he's still eating Christmas ham.
Yeah. Ham.
I know you don't like ham, but he smoked a maple glaze ham and with maple honey chipotle rub. Actually, I think that sounds delicious. But I know Mike doesn't like ham.
Yeah.
MCSS said, I need to share. I feel like a caveman here in my shop filing parts for their final shape and fitment by comparison to your work. Thanks for sharing everything with us.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. And it's just a different type of skill set.
Yeah. Matt said, I'm subbing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for anybody that wants to subscribe to the channel. It greatly helps out. And like I said, if any of you guys want to share it and help the channel grow, it's only going to get things better and better for the content, because then we can spend more time maybe hiring Jamie full-time to become our new editor. And she's actually gotten some experience with editing the past few days.
We'll see, yeah, because I've been on Christmas vacation. Yeah. Zach said, if you were getting into metal shaping on a budget, would you recommend a benchtop English wheel, pneumatic planishing hammer, or using hand tools only?
Hand tools only to get started. If you get a small wheeling machine, you're going to have to upgrade within a couple years anyway. You'd actually be better off spending the money on a Harbor Freight floor mount wheel, and then using it later on is just a small parts only thing. But hammers and dollies are going to teach you so much. It's going to teach you how to make the metal move with minimal tooling, and it'll make you a better craftsman in the long term. So good set of hammers and dollies, and then build from there.
Yeah. Matt said it's amazing that's made by hand, and Donkey wants to know if there's videos of that car.
I think there are some.
And I think that kind of goes into what you were talking about earlier with fixing the playlists, I think.
Yeah, like I said, the playlists are just all screwed up, and I don't know what happened. I mean, at this point, we've had so many people trying to help out with the YouTube channel over the years, and it's just gotten messy. So I need to go back in and clean things up.
Yeah. MCSS said, is there a way to weld 409 stainless without the weld rusting?
I'm not really sure. I'd have to look into what the metallurgy of the parent material is and what the best filler rod would be to prevent that. You might have to buy another sheet of the same grade and cut it into strips and make your own filler rod. So it'd be something I'd want to talk to somebody that specializes in stainless metallurgy and go from there.
Yeah. So if you've learned anything from this live, you are not a stainless expert.
No. I weld up some stainless exhaust pipes for a shop down the street, and every time they call me, I'm just like, ugh. It's just so much work, and everything moves, and like they tack it together with a MIG welder and then bring it to me to final fit all the tubes, and I just do not like stainless. It's just so hard to work with.
Yeah. And Matt said he's going to share your videos with the Beetle guy, so that'd be cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, and if anybody watching has a YouTube channel and you want to do some collaboration stuff, that's on our list of stuff to do in 2026 is more collaborations. I don't really know how to do any of that stuff, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, so. And in our Discord too, you could share all that stuff.
Yeah.
Michael said you're not the only ones whose YouTube has been messed up, seems on purpose by the YouTube organization, probably.
Yeah, the dark YouTube underlord has just been, well, and like I said, we've had a bunch of people like come in and like, you need to reorganize or like redesign all your thumbnails and have a dedicated color, and
I think everyone's an expert.
Everybody's an expert, and then things don't work out, and then they don't come back, and then we have to find somebody else, and there's just been a lot of hands on the pie at this point, and it's time to
just be us.
Yeah, either just be us or have somebody that's gonna help out long term and not go anywhere.
Danny said, I weld but wish I could build hot rods like you. Well, you can if you try. Greasy Moto said stainless makes me hate welding. LOL, generally enjoy welding, but stainless, oof.
Exactly.
Oof is a good word for it. Still helpful, but thanks.
I was going to say like Bud's sister. Or Bud's girlfriend.
Bud, your girlfriend. Oof. Funny you mentioned the stainless exhaust. That's what he's working on and curious about. That's funny.
Yeah, like if you're doing stainless exhaust, I recommend back purging it. That'll help a lot.
Yeah.
But that's... Stainless trim I steer clear of completely. Like if somebody comes in like, hey, can you fix this? Like, nope, not interested.
Yeah. Matt said absolutely on the YouTube thing. And then Danny said no money and family first, LOL.
Yeah.
So, cool. We are a little bit over an hour, so.
All right, I guess we're gonna wrap it up. Get your last minute questions in.
And Dennis, I don't know where we're going to dinner yet. We were going to eat at home, and then we went to lunch early and had breakfast at like 11. Yeah, we went to Waffle House.
Yeah, and we're like, we'll eat lunch early, and then we could eat dinner before the live, and then we got into editing, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and one thing with the videos, if you guys are members on here, I don't necessarily know what that means, but I think it's maybe subscribers. Subscribers or members. We've been putting all of the new videos out to where members get first access. So if we drop that video tonight, you get it first before everybody else gets it on Monday.
Yeah.
So there is that. Any last minute questions?
Matt said, the trailer I made a T1 style from opening window to
Oh, nice.
front. Okay. And then, Michael said, like, they call it brunch. And we don't usually do brunch, but that's kind of just, it's Christmas vacation, so it's we're kind of all messed up. I'm all messed up. Matt said, Danny, you don't need money. Yeah, for the working on old cars. Well, yeah. I was going to say that.
Yeah, we're going to stay out of that argument.
Well, yeah. Gabe said, well, enjoy your dinner. The boys say it's time for their walk. Thanks.
Yeah, and Gabe, make sure to keep an eye on the Discord, because like I said, we'll make a post in a little bit. I'm sure you're going to be pumped on.
Yeah. Thoughts on the Mittler power hammers? Definitely more cost savings over Bailey.
I have used a couple Mittlers, and I was not really impressed. Things tend to come loose and move around a lot. There's a lot of set screws on those machines, and it's a machine that beats itself to death, so they tend to come loose. They are cheaper, but they are just that, cheaper. So you're going to have to do a lot of fine tuning and maintenance. So for me, if that was all I could afford, absolutely, but there are a lot better things on the market, at least in my opinion. So not trying to start any arguments over it, but just from my years of experience, they've got some room for improvement.
Yeah. Donkey said, stainless steel will rust on its own. It's magnetic. You need 300 series stainless not to rust. So Outshine Copper said, do you have a CNC rail style guide with locks for your Lennox machine? I'd like to see if you do, wanting to make one for their Pullmax.
I do not. Everything I've got is just straight guide fences, nothing automated or rail system.
Danny said, one day my 64 C10 will be on the road again. Learn from the videos. Well, Danny, you can send it in to us for a reader's ride if you want to.
Yeah,
just send some pictures.
Yeah, you can head over to cornfieldcustomsltd.com or .store, and a little thing will pop up, and you can sign up for our newsletter, and then you can submit pictures and a description of your reader's ride, and we'll throw it in there.
Yeah. Dennis said, thanks for all the great videos of 2025. Looking forward to 26.
Yep, and we'll be waiting for that sandwich, Dennis.
Yeah, happy and healthy New Year to us and the family. Thank you.
Yeah.
Matt said, I mean, Gabe said he'll watch for it. So, someone said, are Subarus reliable like Ford F-150s?
I don't know. I don't have an F-150, and Jamie has a Subaru, and she likes it.
I like my Subaru. Yeah.
I don't know anything about new cars, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Michael Anderson said, when's the next live? So generally Thursdays, 5:30 Eastern Standard.
Yep, live and dirty at 5:30 every Thursday.
Yeah, and if you subscribe and I think turn on notifications,
yep,
you'll get the notification, because usually we're pretty good about scheduling the live too.
Yeah, so we usually schedule them first thing in the morning, so you guys get notifications all day that it's happening.
Yeah, yeah. Matt said hammer, welder, grinder to start out. Yep.
Yep.
And Danny said slowly patching rust with filling cabinets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Matt's telling people to sign up for notifications for sure. Agreed.
Yeah,
that should make life easier if you guys want to catch our next live. So.
Yeah, and before you guys run off, don't forget we have our New Year, New Gear sale for 10% off. That is on merchandise, tools, stickers, t-shirts, everything except frame rails and metal shaping classes. We do have all of our metal shaping classes are scheduled for 2026. I think we might have sold our last one for our February class with Nick from Catskill Mountain Customs. There might be one spot left, so check it out.
Yeah.
But all of the other ones still have openings for the rest of the year. So if you want to come to one of our metal shaping classes here in Milford, Ohio, make sure to check that out. If you want to support more of what we do, make sure to subscribe, turn the notifications on. That stuff's cheap, or that stuff's free, and it's actually really helps out. If you want more, you can head over to our Patreon, which gets you access to the Discord server, the podcast, much better discounts, I think 10, 15% all the time, if not more. And you get early access to stuff. And then on the Discord server, just a private chat room with a bunch of people that are there for the right reasons. You know, not the cesspool that Facebook is, but if you like that cesspool, make sure to head over to Facebook, check out all the great comments I get on a daily basis. Want to thank all you guys for checking out this live event and all our other great videos. And I think Jamie is signaling that I have more questions.
Yeah, just a couple things. Michael Anderson said, for some reason over here in Australia, his notifications are late, so he only got it right before we went live. I'm wondering too if it's a time.
Yeah.
And Rico's Rides, thanks Rico too for the tip. And he said classes are great and he highly recommends them.
Thank you.
And Donkey said, hit the like button, thank you. Michael said YouTube gremlins, agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, he's on Discord, sweet. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and if anybody's watching that has signed up on Patreon and you can't access the Discord, make sure to let us know.
Yeah, we'll get you in.
Yeah, we just have to make sure that, I think we have to go in and manually accept it. So just make sure if you sign up for that you let us know if you haven't been approved, so I can go in there and make sure I didn't miss anybody.
Yeah, for sure. Someone said good afternoon, hope we had a wonderful holiday. We did. I personally am ready to get back in the swing.
Yeah.
Brandon said, second that, took a class this year, it was great, and the Discord is a cool spot. Yeah, he posts a lot, so thank you for that too.
Yeah, and thanks for posting a lot. I know I'm going to try to get better at that. It's just been hectic. So I try to post when I can if I'm not sleeping or thrashing here.
Yeah. Michael Anderson said, thoughts on a shrinking stump?
They work. It's it's a lot of manual labor, so it's going to be rough on your shoulders, your back, and your elbows. It does work, but you're also limited. Usually a shrinking stump, you're only going to get in 6 inches. While with a power hammer, you can shrink a lot more aggressively and consistently.
Yeah, awesome. Dennis says he has an alarm set so he doesn't miss his Live and Dirty at 5:30, which
Well, thank you very much.
Dennis.
Yeah, it's greatly appreciated.
It is nice. It's nice to have familiar people in that we know that are going to talk to us so we're not talking to ourselves.
Exactly.
We do enough of that.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Any other last minute questions before we wrap this up? Because I'm ready for dinner.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, so thanks again for checking this out. Make sure to check out some of our other long format videos. We put a lot of time and effort in. I was working with Jamie. She's getting her feet wet with editing, and it's usually an hour for every 10 minutes. And then I think the video coming out Monday, we've got 3 days of editing in because the computer kept crashing. So make sure to check that out so mine and Jamie's labor doesn't go unnoticed, because we do put a lot of time and effort into the longer format videos. So thank you guys so much for checking them out, supporting us here on the live event. And I think that's it. And we will catch you next Thursday at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time for your weekly Live and Dirty at 5:30.
All right, see you guys. Bye.
Yep, see you.